Hi, I'm here today with a story about St. Patrick's Day during the American Civil War. I'm standing in front of the monument to the 62nd Pennsylvania Regiment. This was a regiment that was recruited from Pittsburgh, from Allegheny County, from Allegheny City, from Armstrong County, Blair County, Western Pennsylvania. And this regiment included many Irish and Irish Americans within its ranks. But it also included German Americans, Jewish Americans, a hodgepodge of Western Pennsylvania society served with the 62nd Pennsylvania. I'm in the area of Gettysburg known as the Wheat Field, and this was a site of fierce fighting on the second day of the Battle of Gettysburg. The 62nd came in this to plug the gap that was caused when General Sickles moved his forces out from the Union line, causing a break in the line. And elements of the 5th Corps, which the 62nd Pennsylvania were in, had to plug that line. Another unit that helped rescue the Union line on the second day of the Battle of Gettysburg was the famous Irish Brigade. Now, where I'm standing here, if you pan over here behind those woods, is actually the famous monument with the Celtic cross and the wolfhound to the Irish Brigade. And that area is peppered with monuments to the various Irish units that served. So the 62nd Pennsylvania was fighting here not too far from the Irish Brigade. But that's not the point of our story today. The point of our story today is that the 62nd Pennsylvania had a very close camaraderie and relationship with the Massachusetts 9th Regiment. And the Massachusetts 9th Regiment was a regiment that was almost totally and exclusively Irish-born or Irish Americans. It was called Boston's Irish 9th. And they served together in the Army of Potomac's 5th Corps and developed this very close relationship. A few months before the Battle of Gettysburg, when the Army of the Potomac, the Union Northern Army, was still based down in Virginia after the Battle of Fredericksburg, March 17th, St. Patrick's Day comes along. And the Massachusetts 9th, being an exclusively Irish unit, heavily Irish Catholic, people off the boat, famine refugees, they had a wild party for St. Patrick's Day of 1863. They had horse racing, they put up a big pole, a greasy pole. They put a furlough at the top of that greasy pole, and any man who could climb the pole and get the furlough would get a week off and get to spend some time back home. It was a crazy party that makes its way into a lot of the histories of the American Civil War. But what was really interesting is that the Massachusetts 9th, in their regimental history, actually notes that their good comrades, their good friends from the 62nd Pennsylvania, the men from Western Pennsylvania, from Pittsburgh, how much they celebrated St. Patrick's Day with enthusiasm along with their Irish comrades. And this was unusual at the time because St. Patrick's Day was this Irish festival. It was considered, mainly an Irish Catholic thing. And yet the men of the 9th Massachusetts are really taken by the fact that you have this unit that is very ecumenical. It includes Presbyterians. There was a unit there from Bethel Park Presbyterian Church. It includes Jewish members. It includes Lutherans. It includes this entire cross-section of Western Pennsylvania society, cross-section of American society. And yet it says in the 9th Massachusetts regimental history that this unit celebrated just the same as if they were an entirely Irish unit. And it kind of shows you the process of not only the Irish being integrated into American society, but it gives you a little glimpse of the fact that St. Patrick's Day as we know it today, of course, you have all sorts of people every March 17th at the St. Patrick's Day parade. It's a cross-section of everyone. You have people who don't have a drop of Irish blood celebrating Ireland's patron saint of St. Patrick and enjoying the day just alongside Irish and Irish American people, full 100% Irish blood. But an indication of what was to come later in American society was given by the men of the 62nd Pittsburgh, Western Pennsylvania volunteers during the American Civil War, March 17th, 1863, when it kind of showed that St. Patrick's Day was going to be a holiday for all Americans and not just the Irish. Slán.